Germany has been fabled for having procedures, for being strict, and for being clinical. Except when it's Oktoberfest, and in this instance, when they decided to name their riding modes as rock and roll in rain. Can you believe that? Ladies and gentlemen, for your kind perusal, may I present you the BMW R18. Damen und Herren, dies ist der BMW 18. Herzlich willkommen. So, I had coffee with the R18 just last month when it was showcased in India, and now I'm on a date with her. Not bad by nerdy standards. I'd like to get this out of the way in the beginning. This is not the first cruiser from BMW. That accolade, if you still want to call it that, goes to BMW R1800C and its 850cc follow-up. Those were less than stellar. This, the R18, is an absolute home run. And since we are talking about the past, this one takes its cues from the BMW R5 from 1935. In mine and in the opinion of many others, the most beautiful motorcycle ever made. While the above is enough to declare this as a winner, it has a lot more than just heritage going for it. Let's talk about styling first. It has its vintage cues, of course, but it is the way modern bits have been blended that make it look absolutely smashing. Take the headlight for example, rounded, chromed and harking back to the R5, and then the LEDs reminding you that it is 2020, and the Germans of course know that. Then there is a single pod instrument cluster, but with more than enough telltale lamps cleverly hidden away. The concealed rear suspension, the 19-inch front and the 16-inch rear spoked wheels, the shaft drive and the exposed drive shaft, and of course that behemoth of a boxer engine. It is seamless and, well, to be honest, matchless. But this is about riding the R18 or the R18. You know, at first when you saddle up, the 345 kg curb weight of the motorcycle is kind of intimidating. When you fire up the engine, the slight, more than slight, bobbing because of that 1802cc boxer engine might be a little unsettling for those who haven't ridden a boxer before. But to me, that trait is what the Basker is to me in a brown sauerkraut. And it isn't misplaced. As soon as you are on the move, you'll forget that all you know about cruisers, and the very definition of it is rewritten. It isn't crude and shouty, it is refined, but that does not mean it is devoid of character. Oh no, it has plenty. Just listen to that boxer sing away. Numbers: 91 horses and 157 Newton meters of torque. Those figures written on a brochure are actually useless. Those figures on the road are the real deal. The peak torque arrives at 3000 RPM, and that is why even at very slow speeds, you almost feel like the R18 does not weigh over 300 kilos. Deceiving you with its looks, the R18 never lets you know that it has a ride-by-wire system before the feeling on the throttle is so organic and so direct. It is evident by the response from the engine. The ever so slight rattle of the dry clutch adds to the nostalgia, and the slip and assist clutch adds to the safety, because so much torque means invariably there will be a reverse or back torque too. Its 1731 millimeters of wheelbase is another factor, in addition to the near perfect mechanical balance of the boxer engine that makes it feel so steady on the road. BMW claims that it can go to 180 kilometers an hour, but people who are trying to ascertain that are probably missing the point. The R18, even if it can do that, is not actually meant for that. On that note, the ones trying to ride it too spiritedly through the corners may miss more than the point. They may be missing a cylinder bank if the adventure goes too far. Now, the point is that we haven't shamelessly made yet that despite redefining the word cruiser, the R18 or the 18 is a great one, and that's how it wants to be ridden. If you do that, the low seat and the comfortable ergonomics go out of the way to make you experience the opulence. The mid-mounted controls help you to have more command of the bike, because one should never be too relaxed. They aren't cramped or anything though. And now the suspension, which because of BMW's clever engineering seems like lacking a rear shock, is a revelation. It is so supple and there's loads of travel. 120 mm on the front and 90 mm on the concealed rear shock. So no matter how bumpy the ride gets, you will find yourself rocking and rolling through your way through the thick and thin of your journey. Man, I have never been a huge fan of cruisers, but this does it for me. It's all about the engine. The engine is, in fact, the diamond, and the whole bike is built around the engine like a case for the diamond. And if you own that diamond, you know you're gonna get a lot of stares, both admiration, adulation, and of course, jealousy. Ride safe.